Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today we are looking at this. It's new from McFarlane Toys. We have the Disney Mirrorverse Buzz Lightyear. Alright, so I've been reviewing all sorts of figures from the new Disney Mirrorverse line. If you haven't watched them, go back and check them out. I go a little bit more in depth about the line, the Mirrorverse itself, and talk about the smaller scaled action figures. So far I've reviewed Belle, Mickey, Goofy, Sully, and Jack Sparrow, and today we're looking at Buzz Lightyear. So Buzz Lightyear is actually one of the larger scaled figures. So there's two different scales for this Mirrorverse line. There's the smaller, like 5 to 5.5 inch scale figures. Those go for about $12. And then there's the larger scaled action figures, which retail for about $19.99, and these are roughly about 7-inch scaled figures. And this line consists of Buzz Lightyear and two different versions of Jack Sparrow. There's the normal version, and then the fractured version. I previously reviewed the normal version. I have yet to find the fractured one. So yeah, these are the larger 7-inch scale figures. If you collect McFarlane Toys as it is, you'll feel right at home with this, because this is more in line with like the DC Multiverse, the Mortal Kombat, and their Warhammer figures. So yeah, let's check out Buzz Lightyear. So first off, let's take a look at this packaging. Standard McFarlane fare, the very rectangular box. This guy has 22 moving parts, which I'm assuming they're talking about the articulation. He's recommended for ages 12 and up. It's Buzz Lightyear, and this is a ranged character. So the ranged, that's pertaining to the video game. The Mirrorverse is a new action mobile RPG that's coming out on Apple through the iOS, and also on Android through Google Play. So if you're into mobile gaming, check the game out. I'm not sure if it's available yet, but it might be coming soon. On the side, we have a cool portrait of Buzz Lightyear. He's looking very serious. And on the other side, up-close portrait, and him looking all happy. And on the back, we're revisited by that familiar graphic that's on the back of all the Mirrorverse figures. It's a beautiful rendering. Very mysterious. There's like a portal in the back, and all we see is the silhouettes of all the characters. There's Mickey, Sully, there's Belle, Buzz Lightyear, Captain Jack, and these other characters have yet to be revealed. There's 3 characters in the larger scale line. There's Buzz Lightyear and the 2 different versions of Jack Sparrow. And as I mentioned earlier, here's information on the game, The Battle to Defend the Mirrorverse. It's available on the App Store or Google Play. And visit DisneyMirrorverse.com. So let's check out this action figure. Okay, we have Buzz Lightyear. And, wow, he comes with a lot of accessories. Alright, so in addition to getting the figure, you also get a cool trading card. I've talked about these before. They're awesome. So so I was talking earlier about, like, in some of my previous videos that, like, I wish they'd do more with the package design, especially on the back of the box. I kind of wish they'd at least give you a character bio or a description of the universe. But since they don't do that, what we do get is a cool trading card. It lists all the stats of the video game character, and it even lists a little bio on the character, which I think is nice. So that makes up, for the fact that the back of the packaging is very lackluster and doesn't have any information. So they make up for it in having this trading card, which is awesome. I think it's a fun little, freebie, because if you collect this entire line, you'll have a small collection of trading cards, which is, it's like win-win. It's bonus. So what we also have here is we have a display stand, and it looks like Buzz Lightyear's jetpack, and then the wings. So right now, I'm a mint on card collector, so I'm gonna wait till I get another one before I open this up. I don't want to take this completely out of the package just yet until I get another one of these. So we'll set this aside for now. And for now, let's just focus on the figure itself. First impressions of the figure. He has some nice heft to him. He's nice, he's heavy, he's bulky. And I'm really, really impressed with what I'm seeing with the sculpt right now. It's a really great looking figure. And let's get him out of his little plastic prison here. Okay, the first thing I was thinking is that right now I really wish I collected some like Toy Story toys, because I would love to have a normal version of Buzz Lightyear just to compare it with this guy. And I don't. Unfortunately, I don't have a normal version of Buzz Lightyear, because this is a very stylized look of the character. Whereas the other, the standard version of Buzz Lightyear that we know, it's very streamlined. This one's a little bit more stylized. He has a little bit more harder angles on him, which I don't mind. I think it's a cool look. It's a cool updated look. One thing I'm noticing right off the bat is that his joints are really loose. There's something like I'm guessing it's like a ball and socket for his shoulders, but they just feel super loose. I'm not liking that, to be honest. Let's take a look at his legs. I'm kind of curious. This guy feels... Right, so there's some sort of articulation going on here. I don't want to force it. Right. Yeah, there's so with like a lot of the McFarlane toys, there's a lot of rubber pieces just covering up the joints and the internal structure, which I don't mind, but at the same time, I've stated this in the past. I don't know how durable these like rubber pieces are. Like his crotch piece is this soft rubber plastic. Like it works well in terms of like action figure engineering. Like it's ingenious, it's softer, it makes stuff easier to move. But at the same time, what's the life of this thing? Is this something that's gonna like eventually dry out and crack in 2 years? I always wonder about that kind of stuff. So right now, it's a mixed bag. I love the sculpting, I love the detail, but the articulation's kind of weird for me. And one thing I'm missing also is I'm missing the bubble dome on his head. I like having a Buzz Lightyear where his bubble dome could go down. But I'm impressed with the sculpting. A mixed bag on the articulation. The paint application looks really nice and well done. The character design, it's an updated kind of like fresh look. I like it. Okay, let's examine them up close. Alright, so the face, it's the Buzz Lightyear we all know and love. His head does not want to rotate. Okay, I'm not going to force it, but okay, there it goes. His head rotates left and right. It's really tight. There's no up and down movement. It looks like it's just left and right turning. He has I'm not sure if it's an ab crunch or not. Yeah, it kind of has an ab crunch, but it's above his abdomen and underneath his chest. You can kind of crunch back a little and crunch forward a little. I don't think he has waist articulation, but what he doesn't lack in that, he does make up for it the fact that he can rotate him above the chest and above the above the abdomen and below the chest. You can rotate up there. The arms, oh, this is horrible. I don't know what's going on. So the arms, they can go out, which is nice, and they can rotate. But it's weird because they feel so loose inside. I don't know what's going on here. It's on both arms. It's a very loose fit. I'm not sure if that's intentional, just to give it full range of motion. But it's, you see, it's a very loose fit in the socket. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But he does have bicep swivel, elbow articulation, his wrist rotate. For his legs, they could kick, they could swivel. He has a thigh swivel, which is nice. Really enjoy that. He has his knees articulated, they could bend. And there's some articulation in his ankles, not a whole lot. Proportion-wise, he looks cool. You know, this is Buzz Lightyear. He has very cartoony proportions. Nice heft on the figure. The sculpting is crisp, very detailed. The paint application is nice. Yeah, it's great. I kind of regret that. Now, unfortunately, you know, I can't give this like a full, you know, numerical rating just because I haven't slapped on the backpack and the wings. But from what I'm seeing here, this is a nice figure. It's worth the $19. It's a very cool stylized version of Buzz Lightyear. And let's compare him with his wave mate, Jack Sparrow. And as you can see here, much taller figure. And let's go a little bit further and let's bring out one of the smaller scaled figures from the other line. You know, these are from the $12.99 figure line, also produced by McFarlane. Slightly smaller scale. These are like 5 to 5.5 inches in scale. They're not like these, where these are more like 7-inch scaled figures. He's much smaller, as you can see. So yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I'm liking this figure a lot. It's nice. It's like I said, I do have some reservations about the arm. Like, I don't know why it's this loose. And if you look on the inside, I'm guessing it's just a peg and a socket. You know, there's nothing fancy about this, but I'm not digging how flimsy it is in the arm like that. You see it just kind of like rattles around. It's like that on both arms. It's a really nice figure, though. So, if I had to rate this figure for what I've seen so far, it's like I said, I haven't actually, you know, given you the full deal with the wings and the jetpack. But from what I've handled so far, this guy's an easy 7 to 7.5. My problem is just the arm articulation here. It has the full motion and everything, but it just doesn't feel right with it being as loose in the socket like that. I don't know if that's an intentional design choice or what, but I would have liked it to have been much more snugger fit. Okay, so the big question, do you need this? If you're a fan of the video game, if you're a Disney fan, I'm going to say yes. It's a cool, stylized interpretation of Buzz Lightyear. He looks awesome. And I think once I slap the wings on him, eventually he'll look even better. But for even just handling the figure like as is, like this, it's really cool. It's just unfortunate that I don't understand why the articulation on the arm and the shoulder part, it's kind of just weird and flimsy like that. You know, I don't get that. It's like, it's very loose in there. But, you know, the motion is there. You know, he could rotate, he could swivel, so it does everything it should do. So yeah, I think it's a great figure. I have a feeling that if you have one of these Mirrorverse figures, you're probably going to want to complete the set, because right now it's very doable. The smaller scaled figures, there's only 4 of them, and they're priced at $12.99. The 7-inch scaled figures, there's only 3 of them, and they're priced at $19.99. So the sets, it's very small, it's doable, and I think it's worth the money. Oh, and I just discovered this. There's these like jet propulsion things on his triceps, and these are articulated. Really cool, nice detail. And then he has his little like blaster deal under here. But I'm kind of unsure if that's in the right location on his arm, because if I remember correctly, isn't it It's on the top side of his arm, right? It's not on the bottom. So I don't know if it's just manufacturing error and they put it upside down, or if I'm just being crazy. I think I'm being crazy. No, I think I'm correct. Yeah, this was misassembled wrong. So it looks like for this, I don't know if I could correct that. Right, so you could rotate it at the, okay, there, it's fixed. Right, so you could there's articulation between the forearm and the elbow, so it does rotate between them. Alright, so there, I fixed the arm. Okay, let's wrap this video up. It's a great figure. I have a feeling that if you're on board with this line, you can probably get all of them. I don't know, I like this guy a lot. He looks neat. But it makes me wish that I had a normal, like, Buzz Lightyear to go along with him. So, go out there, buy yourself some toys. I don't know. If you're new to my channel, you know, thanks for coming by and checking out my stuff. If you're a returning subscriber or viewer, thanks for all your support, comments, and likes. I greatly appreciate it. You know, I love collecting action figures. I love sharing my thoughts about them. But most of all, I love hearing what you have to say. So if you have any comments, thoughts, feelings, stories to share, you know, just feel free to drop in my comments. I try to respond as much as possible. I'm losing my voice also, if you couldn't tell. So wrapping this up, once again, my name is Lou. Thank you so much for everything, and I'll talk to you later. Later.